Are you looking for the best steam irons? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best steam irons on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Chi Lava Electric Iron. After testing for more than 24 hours, we chose the Chi Lava Electric Iron as our top pick and recommend it to anyone who irons regularly. It's made with high quality and it's reliable, showing strong steam output and helpful built-in safety features. We were impressed by its performance across all fabric types. It consistently smoothed out wrinkles and creases without sticking and only caused minimal damp spots. The cord never got in the way of our use of the iron, despite it not having a swivel feature. The temperature indicator allowed us to select the specific fabric type. On the low setting, silk required only 6 passes, and linen required only 4. Using the same setting, we only needed 8 for cotton. While it required more passes, we should note that the fabric was larger than the linen or silk, which is likely why it needed more effort. We appreciated that the iron heated up enough to comfortably iron cotton and linen. Most of all, it did so without us feeling any heat from the iron itself or through the handle. Plus, the iron produced robust steam, with over 400 steam holes, and we could easily increase the amount emitted whenever needed. Another feature we appreciated was the safety auto shut-off. The iron turned itself off automatically after 30 seconds if left on Chi's ceramic sole plate. After 30 minutes, it also turned off by itself while resting on the heel. Only a few challenges emerged during our testing. One in particular came from filling the iron with water. It was difficult for us to determine how full it was, and it resulted in some water overflowing onto the ironing board. However, using a simple funnel to fill the iron could easily overcome this issue. In addition, despite some initial problems with the cord retraction feature, we found it worked smoothly in future attempts. We really loved the retractable cord feature, as it made the iron convenient for storage. Dimensions: 6.3 by 5.0 by 12.5 inches, weight, 3.5 pounds, color, black, cord length, 8 feet, wattage, 1,700 watts, water tank capacity, not listed. Number 2. Rowenta Access Steam Iron. If you're in the market for a steam iron but don't want to spend much money, you'll love our selection for best value, the Rowenta Access Stainless Steel Steam Iron. It performed smoothly for all fabrics, although it had the easiest time with cotton and linen. Only with the silk was there a tendency for the fabric to stick. It took only 8 passes for silk, 10 for linen, and 14 for cotton. Although that was more passes than some of the other irons on our list, we didn't have to press down on the iron to remove wrinkles. As a result, this didn't require as much effort to iron overall. We had to add more heat while ironing silk, which unfortunately increased the risk of the fabric sticking. While this didn't have the electronic control features as other irons on our list, we like the iron's easy-to-access controls, such as the spray button for wetting the linen fabric, the easy turn dial for switching to a different fabric type, and the steam button, which emitted steam from 350 microholes. Plus, the iron itself wasn't heavy, even when filled with water. The handle itself was also the perfect size for our hands, with a smooth finish for our fingers and a rough grip for our palms to ensure there wasn't any slippage. Like other selections on our list, this iron had a cord that we could retract and pull out easily. Unfortunately, we noticed that when plugged in, the cord often got in the fabric's way while ironing. However, this did not significantly impact the iron's usability. That's why the Rowenta remains our top pick if you are looking for a quality iron without spending a great deal. Dimensions: 6.3 by 5.0 by 12.5 inches, weight, 3.5 pounds, color, black, cord length, 8 feet, wattage, 1,700 watts, water tank capacity, not listed. Number 3. Chi Touchscreen Iron. The Chi Touchscreen Iron is our selection for the best steam iron with a touchscreen design. This steam iron truly pressed to impress, pun definitely intended. All the controls, including the touchscreen, in particular, functioned effortlessly. The touchscreen allowed us to select our specific language, fabric type, timer, and more. We specifically loved that the screen showed us the percentage until the iron was at the appropriate temperature. This meant we didn't have to worry about how long to wait for the iron to heat up. Plus, it wasn't an overly sensitive screen, so there weren't any possibilities of accidentally pressing the screen button while the iron was in use. There are also convenient-to-access buttons for the spray, steam, and steam control. Each fabric, the silk, linen, and cotton that we tested, ironed out smoothly, without the iron ever catching or snagging. We never felt the heat through the iron, plus we appreciated the auto shut-off feature. You could even set the specific auto shut-off length of time through the touch screen, further adding to our peace of mind. We were pleased by the iron's maneuverability and comfortable textured grip, exceeding our expectations during testing. Although the cord wasn't retractable and had no swivel feature, it never got in the way of using the iron. The silk required only one pass, with 3 additional passes to remove the creases. The linen took about 5 or 6 passes at the dry setting and 3 using the spray feature to dampen it. We noticed the spray went out in a straight line, instead of a cone shape, which may not be ideal if you need to spray an entire garment. Cotton only required 4 passes, even when damp. We did notice the iron leaked when we were using the steam button. However, we were using this function quite a bit, more frequently than one would normally use it, so this may have contributed to the issue. Like the other cheap pick on our list, filling the refill reservoir was somewhat complicated. Using a jug of water and a filter, we filled the reservoir until the water appeared to reach the indicator line. We discovered it wasn't full enough once we righted the iron, as you need to lay the iron flat to fill it. We suspected it was possible that using a filter blocked our view, giving us the impression it was more full than it actually was. That aside, this is a great touchscreen steam iron that will make this task a lot smoother. Dimensions: 8 by 8.25 by 8.5 inches, weight, 3 pounds, color, black, cord length, 10 feet, wattage, 1,800 watts, water tank capacity, 0.39 QT. Number 4. Rowenta Pro Master Steam Iron. The Rowenta Pro Master Steam Iron is our selection for the best iron for overall steaming capabilities. It sent out a plentiful amount of steam without showing signs of leaking. However, we like that it was adjustable, so we could lower the setting if we didn't need as much steam. The iron worked fairly smoothly across all fabrics, however, we found it worked better on linen and cotton than silk. Plus, despite the lack of cord retractability, the cord never got in the way or inhibited our use of the ironing. The silk took 6 to 8 passes to look smooth, and the iron stuck on the fabric at times. Meanwhile, the linen and cotton took about 5 passes with the steam feature, never sticking once. Unlike the Qi touchscreen iron, this iron sprayed out water in a cone shape, making it easier to moisten a great span of fabric at the same time. We also appreciated that this iron had an anti-drip system, which helped prevent any leaking from the water reservoir or the steam spout. We liked that the temperature control was easy to reach. But because it was located under the handle, it made it more difficult to see. Fortunately, this design meant we never accidentally nudged the temperature when in use. Aside from this issue with seeing the temperature control, we think this is a fantastic iron to purchase if you are in search of one for strong steam features. The other controls, such as the steam and spray buttons, were clearly labeled, including their vertical steam feature. Dimensions: 4.9 by 6.5 by 11.6 inches, weight, 3.31 pounds, color, black and green, cord length, not listed, wattage, 1,775 watts, water tank capacity, 10.5 ounces. Number 5. Sunbeam Classic 1200 watt iron. If you want a more straightforward and uncomplicated steam iron, we recommend the Sunbeam Classic 1200 watt iron. It has abundant features without too many bells and whistles, making it a smart purchase if you don't want to break the bank for your iron. The Sunbeam iron took only about a minute to heat up and performed the best with the cotton and satin fabric we tested, needing only a few passes to smooth out the fabric. We had to put more effort into removing the wrinkles from the linen fabric. Overall, the iron was easy to use, and we liked the smooth grip of the handle. Plus, the settings were clearly labeled with understandable functions. We like that the 360-degree swivel cord didn't get in the way of maneuvering the iron. Unfortunately, it didn't retract back into place like other irons on our list. We also noticed that the spray feature had an unusual placement on the iron. It was a tad too high, so the water spray was inconsistent. Despite this, it's a reliable iron you will appreciate having, and we liked it even after 6 months of use. Dimensions: 6.3 by 11.6 by 5.6 inches, weight, 2.7 pounds, color, white, cord length, 8 feet, wattage, 1,200 watts, water tank capacity, not listed.